Hi there, Pedro from ANP Reacts. I'm here with Sam from Astaroth Incarnate. How are you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing great. Nice Sunday morning here, relaxed. How are you
Yeah,
doing?
it's a nice Sunday morning in Toronto, following a snowstorm.
Yep. So I did nothing yesterday.
Uh, let's start by addressing the band. For those on the internet right now watching this interview and they don't know a lot about your band or they don't know your band at all, how would you describe the band? How would you introduce your band to those that don't know your band yet?
Well, okay, for starters, we're called Astaroth Incarnate. It literally means Astaroth in the flesh. I portray the character Astaroth, and it's not to do necessarily with Satanism or anything. It's mostly uh, a bunch of demonologies mixed with personal ideologies on society and our cultures. And I have messages in each song that I portray through metaphors that may be put forth through this Astaroth character, so that it's has to be metal first of all. So if it's not metal, then it's not right. So first of all, it's metal. Then I have underlying meanings that I put forth through the songs, and I try to make it as interesting as possible visually, musically, on our live shows. Try to put this whole thing together. I've been working at it for about 5 years and got some new things planned this year and then more planned next year. So, yeah, just keeping at it. So, it's generally musically started off as, let's say, extreme metal, and we're progressing more towards a wider, bigger sound for our newer stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah, I saw you guys last summer opening for Wolfheart when they were touring in Canada. Saw you guys in Toronto play at Coalition TO. And I got that extreme metal / black metal vibe from not only from the music, but also from your stage show. You guys put a lot of work, a lot of effort into your stage show. Do you feel like that's an important piece of how you deliver your music to your audience?
Very important, because I don't necessarily just look at the band as like a musical project. I more see it as an art project where I want to have a message. Like I said, I like delivering a message. I like people to come question me on what I'm doing. I'm not just going up there playing music. I have tons of, like, I have 4 great musicians that are very competent in playing whatever we write. And beyond that, I want people to come enjoy uh, the show as an experience. So the more I can do on stage, the better I can put out our lyrics and meanings of the songs to the public and have them understand what we're trying to do. Um, and I like to think of the band equally as important visually and musically. So I can, like, if I could have the stage production and I could look forward into the future, I would like to almost uh, present our shows as like a theater play or like a graphic novel for people to like really visualize and understand where we're coming from.
I've seen some posts that you've made on social media that you're working on a new record for the band. What can the fans expect from that new record?
So expanding on what we're doing so far, we've only had like a 5-song EP, and we're working towards a full length. And right now we're trying to put out something because it's been a year and a half almost that we haven't put out any music. So I'm trying to put out a single EP, something, so people can at least experience what the new direction and sound and visuals that we're going for. And it should be out sometime, hopefully around April. And it's going more towards a broader sound. So we have a new member. Um, Her name is Ashley. She's our 6th member. It hasn't been announced yet, but it'll be announced soon. For those who were at our last show in December and are following our Facebook, you'll see her playing live with us and recording keyboards and all that stuff. So there is a keyboard, like she's doing keyboard, synth, piano, organ on our new songs, and we also have an orchestrator. His name is Spencer Cregan, and he has worked with a few bands around here. He's worked on certain films. He's worked on Lindsay's album, and he's worked on a Dawn's Edge album and a few other records. And he also has his own record that he worked on, Dia Morte. So I felt like he was diverse enough for me to reach out to him and get what I was looking for. So it's not necessarily just outright orchestral music. There will be orchestration and symphonic elements, but vocally it'll be more broader than before. So there may be introduction of some clean vocals. There may be introduction of other instruments like acoustics, and we can basically explore more musical ground. If you want to like categorize it, I guess you could call it like symphonic extreme metal, but I plan to present it a little differently. I don't want to just I don't like genreifying myself, so I have a whole visual thing planned, so it'll match visually and musically, and I plan to like present it properly to the public.
I also saw you commenting about the lyrics for this new record, saying that this was perhaps some of the darkest lyrics you have written. Is there a reason why you feel like this EP that you're going to release perhaps around April is going to have some of the darkest lyrics that you've written so far?
So I won't reveal how this EP relates to the full length, but it somehow relates to the full length. And when the full length comes out, then everyone will kind of figure out why the song or songs on this little EP that I'm putting out are some of the darkest lyrics of the album. Overall, the whole album that I'm planning out is a concept album. So there's two different concepts that intertwine and become one bigger concept. And I can only say for now that this EP has songs that are part of that concept. Somehow it relates. So it is also to do with my personal life. Been going through quite a lot in my life last year. Lots of ups and downs, and I wanted to have an outlet to let all that emotion out. So the EP we're putting out, it has some pretty deep lyrics and some stuff that I feel strongly about that I want to express. And it'll be further, like there are other songs written for the album, but it won't be ready 2020 or so. So that will have even more of an expansion of basically everything that I have thought about, personal and non-personal things put together.
Let me ask you this, because you said this album could have, this EP in the follow-up record could have some clean vocals. I want to talk a little bit about your vocals. Do you do, it's a two-pronged question. First is, do you do anything before going on stage or before recording as far as your vocals are concerned in order to keep them sharp? And the second is, have you done any sort of specific training for your voice?
So I have learned I taught myself clean vocals back when I was like 15. I'm 33 now, and I don't sing clean vocals in any albums. I sang a little bit on the Iomare record, another band I'm in. That was a little tiny bit that I got to do, but for Astra so far I haven't gotten to do any yet, and I would like to explore that, as most people probably don't know that I actually sing clean vocals since I was 15, and I didn't start singing extreme vocals since I was 20, 21. So whatever I learned is pretty much self-taught. I'm taking some lessons just for the later part of last year, just to kind of help me transition live. Like, I don't want to suck live, so I want to make sure that it's up to standard, because I think the harsh vocals for Astaroth is up to a certain standard where I can feel quite proud of them, and I want the clean vocals to be up to the same standard when we do it live. There may be not a lot of it, but whenever it comes on, it should be big, huge, strong. And I've been taking a few lessons from Lindsay Schoolcraft. She's really helped me understand my tone, range, transitions. And before shows, I usually just there is a DVD, Zen of Screaming, that kind of just teaches you some basic things about warm-ups, what to do, and even Lindsay's helped me with a few warm-ups, more directed towards clean, so I've mixed a few of them, clean and harsh, and I try to do for recording and going live, and it really helps. I notice whenever I slack on them, suffer live, you may not see it because of all the get up and outfit and whatnot, but there's a significant difference in warming up properly and cooling down after a show. It's very important if you go on a tour, because a lot of people, they don't know why. It's probably because they're smoking up or drinking and not paying attention to themselves and just jumping on stage and doing it the next 2-3 days in a row, and then that's, before you know it, you can't finish the tour or something. So that, I don't want that happening to me. So I try to make sure that I warm up and deliver properly. It also comes out better. Your tone gets nice and warm and bigger, broad. You get the right sounds you're going for. So yeah, I feel it's very important.
I want to ask you about the Toronto scene. You're a big member of the Toronto metal scene. I go to a lot of shows. I see you at a lot of shows. I've seen both two bands that you perform with play live in Toronto. How do you feel the metal scene in Toronto is today?
I think it's quite good. We have a lot of really good musicians in the local scene, and most of them are in multiple projects. But overall, I think we have a very strong connection and understanding between all the members. What I really like about our Toronto scene is it's probably the most culturally diverse scene in the world. I don't see this much diversity in many other scenes. Even crowd, like when I see other shows, like the crowd in the Toronto scene is so diverse, and I think that really lets us, each other. And when you get close to each other, you get to learn about different cultures, different parts of the world, and it even helps you expand your musical knowledge to maybe music from some areas, and then you get to know somebody, and then various other like metal scenes, non-metal, doesn't matter, but you get to explore different musical scenes, and we all come from different cultures and whatnot. And it really helps to get to know each other, and I think expand our metal scene in the community. The more days and months go by and years pass by, I notice more people actually coming out to shows. Contrary to some may believe, like people don't come to shows. You have to put on a good show to come to your show. If you're just going there and playing 50 shows in the same little tiny area, nobody's going to come see you. So if there is value and worth to people coming to see you, people will come see you. Putting honest in like music with integrity and purpose, then I believe you will have an audience. So given that we've had quite a few good shows here, I've tried expanding our show area as much as possible and connecting to other cities and whatnot. And I fully plan to do that, even beyond with the new stuff coming out. And I feel all the bands should be doing the same. Just believe in yourself and your music, and I feel people will gravitate towards you, with you, the more you're honest about what you're doing. And I feel there's quite a few musicians that I've seen that are really easygoing musicians. Like we don't have like It's like, sorry. I've met quite a few good musicians that are good people. It's very important to have a good attitude to be able to connect with other musicians and other friends, fans that will, help each other. And I feel that that's really strong in Toronto.
I want to thank you for your time today to sit down with me to talk about your band, your upcoming work, the metal scene in Toronto. But before we go, I want to give you a chance to let people know where is the best place for people to get in touch with you, with your band, to listen to your music, purchase the merchandise, go see the shows. Where can people go to get all the information they need about your band?
So you can check it out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Just search Astaroth Incarnate. You probably have the pronunciation or the spelling of it there. So yeah, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, as well as we have our own YouTube. To listen to any of our music, we're on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, and you can download or purchase any of our music and merch from our personal Bandcamp, which is astaroth-incarnate.bandcamp.com. All of our links from cdnrecords.com/astaroth-incarnate. It will have links to basically everything that you can, CDs, shirts, hoodies, and any other goods that come up. It's always updated. I try to put our social media so that anything comes up, it'll be updated. And yeah, just keep a lookout for all the new music. There will be new merch, music video, possible tour announcements, and around the EP release. So yeah, pretty excited to put everything out.
I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to a release party and an invitation so I can go there and listen to the new sound.
You'll definitely be invited. I think you'll enjoy the evolution, the work we have done throughout the whole last year, and it's been kind of mind-boggling of what I'm trying to do and overshoot myself sometimes. But if I can get it all together, then it should be worth waiting.
I'm sure it's going to be amazing. Well, Sam, once again, thank you for your time. I'm looking forward to seeing you perform live those new songs. Take care. And once again, thank you very much for taking the time to sit down and talk to me today.
Thank you so much, Pedro. You have a good day.
Take care.